This is Benetau's brand new Oceanis 37.1. Brand new boat here at the boat show, and they put a lot of thought into this, in particular looking at the way that people use these boats. And the perfect example of that is back here, because they're aware that people these days want a lot of connection with the water. So we have the drop transom here to turn this into a bathing platform. We have the ladder that drops down with the arms that come up to make it much easier to get on and off. When this is lifted up, of course, it completes the transom, and also there's rails that go across, so of course you get the security when it's raised, but when it's stopped, it really connects the water with the cockpit. Life raft lives down underneath here. Of course, when this is raised up, you lift that hatch there out to get to it. It's got twin wheels on this one, and you also notice these little sockets here, which are for the emergency steering. So if you lost steering, you can steer using pillars through those. Engine controls on this side. Also bow thruster control, which is this little switch here, and then we've got these consoles as well, so that you can have your multifunction display on here as well. And they've really pushed the cockpit out to the edges, so that again it's just maximum living space outdoors really, which is what people are looking for. So you've got these two big, well, settees really, aren't they, either side. We've got the table in the center, and of course it's got the lift up leaves on either side, so you can make this a lot larger if you want to. They're on both sides, and then they've configured it so you can walk around these and onto the side decks. What they've done as well is brought all these lines aft. You can see them here as well for reefing, and also the code 0 halyard is the red one over there. So everything can be controlled from back here. But if we head up and forward and take a loop around the decks, this one's got the slab reefing here. You can have in-mast furling if you prefer. And then we come right on round, and you've got the roller furling on the Genoa forward as well. And then right up to the bow, we've got the anchor underneath the bowsprit. This one's got the very thin, flat they call it, flat deck furling. So it keeps that as low as possible, keeps the sail down as low as possible. And then underneath this one is electric anchor winch, anchor warp, all that kind of stuff is all in there. Another interesting thing to mention is there's no backstays on this one, so again it's keeping the back of the boat as open as possible. Backstays are, if we look at the boat next door, it's the rigging that comes down here down to the back of the boat. It's not there on this one. This is neat. What you've got here is hatches. These open to the sides. This one opens so it hinges at the back, it opens that way, and there's another hatch there which you can see is open, and that opens forward. So you've got wind flow through here, plus these vents as well for when those are shut. If we head on back aft, I'll take you down inside. Again, obviously you can step down over here, but you can also walk all the way around without having to clamber over the upholstery if you want to. There we go. That's that code 0 halyard. Now if we head on inside, there's a lot of layout options down here, so I'll show you what we've got, and then I'll talk you through some of the options. So basically they've kept this nice and light and simple. This particular boat has a 3 cabin and 1 head option. So if we wander up to the bow first of all, the owner's cabin is up here. So we have the central double bed, hull windows on this one, so you've got a nice view out, and then we've got those hatches that I was talking about. You can see them up there and up there. We've got wardrobe here and shelving, and shelves over on this side. All very nice. If we come back a little bit, galley of course is over here. This, well, the usual sort of stuff you'd expect really, storage, cutlery drawer, that kind of thing. Sinkers underneath that one, gas cooking on this one, and then the fridge, you can open it here like a conventional fridge, but also it's top loading, so if the boat's heeled over, you're not opening it and scattering everything all over the floor. Bits of storage down the back here, and that one there opens like so. And again with the hull windows, and again also with these vents up here, and these have got blinds that come across them as well, so bug screens and night screens, and then blinds over these. Also, you've got a lovely big comfortable dining area here social area, call it what you will. A bit more storage around the back. Some nice lighting as well. You can see it down underneath there. And again, hull windows as well as the cabin, normal cabin windows. Little nav station here. So they've configured that so it doesn't take up too much space, because you sit facing backwards there, put your knees under it, and it means you don't have to have a whole huge separate nav station. VHF radio is down here. We've got some of the operating system for the boat is here as well, so for monitoring batteries, that kind of thing. And some of the 12 volt stitching is here. Stitching. Some of the 12 volt switching is here as well. That one is a bit more storage. And then we've got another cabin back here. Battery switches are down underneath here as well. You can see them down under the bed. And a bit more storage in there. So this cabin is standard. You get this no matter what. And that cabin up there is standard. And where you can change is, as I say, this one's 3 cabins and 1 heads. You can have a second heads, and that basically goes into this corner here. You lose that and it fits in here, but it means that this cabin has its own ensuite, and then this cabin and this cabin can share this heads. But there's an alternative, which is to lose this cabin altogether, have a much bigger deck locker, which you can also access from here. And also there's the option that if you look at this heads, we've got the shower and we've got the toilet, and the shower actually pulls out of here and it clips on there and it makes that into a wet room. But if you don't have that cabin, what you can have is you can have this coming out this way, and you can turn that into a really big separate shower area. So again, it just depends how you want to set the boat out, really, and what your priorities are. Whether you want maximum sleeping, whether you want the convenience of extra heads, all that kind of stuff. Engine is underneath here. It's a Yamaha 40 horsepower diesel. There is an option of electric. So if you want to have electric power, you can do. I think it's a Torpedo from memory. But that's the standard motor. It's quite a simple yacht. I mean, it is sort of classic Beneteau, really. It does the job, and it does it well. So I think that's about it. Massive thanks to Beneteau for organising that tour and closing the boat off. We've got a little queue of people waiting to see it, because it is a brand new model. Huge thanks to you, of course, for watching. Let me know what you think of that, and we'll catch you on one of these very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.